Honestly, I don't even know where to start. This is the stupidest shit I have ever seen in my life. I've talked about it a lot. I don't like the Cowboys. Prescott, he's all right, and CeeDee Lamb, he's the stud. I don't really mind them, but I just hate the Cowboys organization as a whole. Starting off with Troy Aikman, he was the opposite of anything good tonight. Oh my gosh, I wanted to die while listening to this man call the game. I saw tweets prior that Troy Aikman was calling the game and Jimmy Johnson was getting called into the Hall of Fame. And so I knew it was going to be tough, and I even predicted that, but I did not know it was going to be that bad. But he started laughing, bringing up Jared Goff's 3 delay of games last week. He was just laughing about it, just brought it up. And he critiqued and hated on everything about the Lions. Before halftime, under 2 minutes left, Williams had a catch and then ran across the field, lined up on the other side, and he goes, takes a lot of time off the clock when you're lining up wide receivers on opposite sides of the field each play. And the Lions would have a bad drive. That was a really disappointing drive by the Lions. Or on a play to CD, just hate and diss the Lions secondary. And anytime the Cowboys messed up or when Dak threw his pick, nothing bad. But the biggest thing, the refs. There is no doubt in my mind that the refs purposely threw that flag to have the Cowboys win the game. No doubt in my mind. There is video showing him going in to check in. The ref looks at him. There is no way he didn't check in. There's no way. And Troy Aikman saying, well, he didn't check in, so that's a penalty. And also ineligible man downfield because he wasn't covered. What game is he watching? There is defenders on him. And to make it even worse, the flag was thrown so late. Way after the play. Oh my gosh. I hate the Cowboys now. I hope they never win a game. I'm just in disbelief. I hope they lose first round of the playoffs. I mean, they're not going to win anything anyway because they always lose by the divisional round because they're shitters. But oh my gosh. In the halftime show, everyone was talking about, does any other team get a halftime show? No, they don't. It's because they're the Cowboys and they get special treatment. Honestly, I wasn't even that mad about the halftime show. It wasn't very enjoyable to watch or listen to, but I wasn't even that mad about it. And when he said, how about them Cowboys? I was like, whatever. Good laughs. But now I'm pissed about it. How is Jerry Jones still alive? I mean, gosh. And the refs weren't just bad that one play. They were bad all game, in my opinion. We had the obvious intentional grounding by Dak on their final drive. How is that not intentional grounding? The refs have been so strict all year long. So stingy about intentional grounding. I mean, they have been calling it a ton. There is no way that's not 15 yards back for the Cowboys. And there's this play here late in the game. Hutch, I mean, he's held all game, every game, but Hutch is just held every play now. And the refs are never going to do shit. And he still managed to get 3 sacks. And then obviously on the 92-yard touchdown for CeeDee Lamb, this is blatant holding. I mean, I don't know how you can say that's not holding there. It should have been a safety, so it makes it even worse, but that's still holding. And a lot of people are pissed and a lot of people are mad about Dan Campbell's last decisions on to still go for 2. And honestly, I think he just was so pissed off and just said, fuck it. And some people are mad about that. I'm not too frustrated about it. I don't think that the Lions were going to get the 1 seed. I don't think San Fran will lose. And we still had a chance to win the game there. If this was the playoffs, and obviously it was nearly a playoff game, but this is like the actual playoffs. Like if you lose, you're eliminated from the playoffs. I would have been pissed that he didn't kick the extra point after we got dropped back 5 yards, because the chances of you getting it then, like I knew they weren't going to fucking get it after the flag was called. I was like, yep, we're not getting it again. We should just kick the extra point. And I know Dan was pissed off. And I was pissed off too. I was like, fuck it. We might as well go out swinging. Who cares at this point? But for the playoffs, if this was like wild card round, we got to kick the extra point there after a flag is called. And I honestly think he'd make that decision. But honestly, I don't know. Maybe he wouldn't, because that's another thing I want to get into. He had some bad calls. The first 4th down and goal that we went for, I think we should have taken the points. Our defense is playing well, so I understand going for it, and we're an aggressive team, but I like kicking the field goal there. We weren't getting anything on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd and goal. We were struggling. Dallas defense was really playing well. Our offensive linemen were struggling. I say kick the field goal there, make it a 1-point game. And Derek Barnes missing the safety, I don't even know what to say about that. That's just fucking terrible. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how you recover from that. That was really hard to watch. That's like one of the worst plays. That's probably the worst play of the year, because that's a 9-point difference. Honestly, I know I don't say that we're the same old Lions ever. Some people do, and that's annoying, but that was the most Lion play I've ever fucking seen in my life. That was, I don't even know what to say about it. But no hate to Derek Barnes. It happens. Just unlucky. We still had a great shot to win this game. Our defense, I thought, played really well. You take that out of the picture, and the Cowboys only put up 13 points, and we saw it all game long, and we heard about it all game long, how well the Cowboys have played at home. They haven't lost at home, how many points they've put up at home. The Lions defense played great, especially for how we played against the Vikings. I'm okay with giving CD that many yards. A lot of them were off that 92-yarder as well, and CD's really good player. The Melifonwu pick was really exciting at the beginning of the game. He's really showing to make an impact on defense here. 2 picks, multiple tackles for loss over the last few games. That's really exciting to see. And Brian Branch has been amazing. That's exciting to see. Defensive Rookie of the Year. I mean, that man hits like he has no regard for his life. Unbelievable. I'm excited to have him as a player. Going to Jared Goff, I honestly think that was the best ball I've ever seen him throw on that deep one to Williams. I mean, he stood in the pocket. He took the hit. He delivered it perfectly in stride. I love that throw from him, but he did kind of sell at the end of the game. Goff he's not clutch. The pick late in the game, I mean, one, it was just a good play by the defender, but that ball's underthrown. It's not where it needs to be. You can see the defender's obviously reading it as well. It's a lot harder in fast motion or real time, but just not the best ball there. And on the very last play, when we had a chance, again, still not the best ball. Or not a good ball. We could have won it there. That would have been amazing, but we didn't. It's tough. Goff, will he be the future Detroit? I don't know. It's looking like he's just not clutch. We'll see how he plays in the playoffs, though. I mean, he fucking takes us to the Super Bowl and wins. I think it's a possibility still. Then he's probably staying in Detroit. There's a lot to consider, and a lot can change. There's still a lot of season left. I mean, quite a few weeks of postseason. A lot of games could be played, so I'd probably save those talks till after the season. That's probably when they'll get pretty real. Close game, I'm just pissed at the refs. I'm not super mad that we lost. It's just how we lost. I'm just in disbelief. I mean, it sucks. It's so late. We're all like, everyone's celebrating, jumping around. I bet you everyone at home screaming. All the Lions fans are like, let's fucking go. Fuck the Cowboys. And then they call it back. It's just 2014 flashbacks. And then now what the fuck do you do the rest of the night? It sucks. I hate the Cowboys now. I'm praying on their downfall for the rest of my life. The Packers, you get a pass today. It's fuck the Cowboys.